Let me ask you a question. Have you ever met a woman who looked beautiful, confident and charming on the outside, but the moment she opened her mouth, something felt off? Like no matter what she said, her actions never matched her words? Here's the truth most men don't want to admit. Looks can deceive, words can manipulate, but patterns never lie. A woman can dress like a queen, speak like an angel, and act like she loves you. But if you pay attention closely, her behavior will expose her real mindset. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 5 clear signs of a stupid woman, not based on hate, judgment, or stereotypes, but based on patterns of emotional chaos, poor decision-making, and lack of self-awareness. And let me warn you, ignoring these signs is dangerous, because the wrong woman doesn't just waste your time, she can drain your energy, destroy your confidence, and derail your entire purpose. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to recognize these traits instantly and protect yourself before it's too late. So stay with me, because once you understand these signs, you'll never look at relationships the same way again. Chapter 1. Emotional chaos disguised as confidence. Let me start with a hard truth. Not every loud, outspoken, independent woman is truly confident. A lot of men confuse noise with confidence, and that's the first trap. A stupid woman often masks her insecurity behind drama, attitude, and constant chaos. She talks over people, argues for no reason, and always needs to prove she's right, even when she's wrong. But here's the Stoic perspective. Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. B1. Marcus Aurelius. A truly wise woman doesn't need to prove she's valuable. She shows it through her actions, her calmness, and her self-awareness. Here's how you spot emotional chaos disguised as confidence. She thrives on conflict. The moment things get peaceful, she creates drama to keep attention on herself. She never takes responsibility. Everything is always someone else's fault. Her ex, her friends, her job, even the universe. She overreacts to small issues. Something minor happens, and she blows it out of proportion just to create emotional intensity. A man who falls for this trap ends up drained. You're constantly trying to fix her, calm her down, and walk on eggshells. But no matter how much you give, it's never enough. A woman who lives in emotional chaos cannot build a stable life with you, because she doesn't have stability within herself. Chapter 2. Impulsive choices, zero accountability. Another sign of a stupid woman is her pattern of impulsive decisions without thinking of the consequences. She jumps from one relationship to another. She quits jobs without a plan. She spends money recklessly on trends, parties, and status symbols. And yet somehow she's always the victim. A Stoic man sees through this pattern quickly, because when someone repeats the same mistakes but refuses to learn, it's not bad luck, it's lack of wisdom. Ask yourself, does she take time to reflect on her choices? Does she learn from her failures? Or does she simply blame everyone else while continuing down the same path? In Stoic philosophy, Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." A stupid woman never believes she's wrong. Even when reality proves her wrong, she'll twist the story to protect her ego. Here's what this looks like in relationships. She rushes into commitments without truly knowing someone. She jumps from high to low emotionally within hours. She invests in appearances more than substance. But here's the danger. If a woman can't control her own choices, she will eventually drag you into the chaos too. That's why a wise man observes, analyzes, and sets strong boundaries before investing his time and emotions. Chapter 3. Attention-seeking and validation addiction. Here's the harsh reality, brother. A stupid woman thrives on attention more than she values connection. It's not about love. It's about being seen, admired, and validated, and constantly. Let me explain. A woman like this spends hours curating her Instagram, taking selfies, and posting stories. Not because she wants to share her life, but because she's addicted to external approval. The more likes, comments, and DMs she gets, the more worthy she feels. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to look good or share moments online, but when a woman depends on validation to feel alive, it's a massive red flag. Here's how you recognize it. She can't go a day without posting something to get attention. She gets angry if you don't compliment her constantly. She compares herself endlessly to other women. She seeks emotional highs from strangers instead of valuing your presence. And here's the danger. When a woman needs constant validation, she's never satisfied with one person's love. No matter how much you give, she'll always need more. More likes, More DMs, more attention. From a Stoic perspective, Marcus Aurelius warned us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." But a stupid woman gives away her power to the crowd. Her self-worth is controlled by people she doesn't even know. Here's the painful truth. If her happiness comes from external validation, she will eventually resent you when your love isn't enough to fill the endless void. A wise man must recognize this early, because once you get trapped in her attention cycle, you'll compete with millions of strangers online for her focus. And that's a battle you'll never win. Chapter 4. Disrespectful behavior and lack of empathy. This one is subtle, but it's the most dangerous sign of all. A stupid woman lacks emotional intelligence and empathy. She doesn't just make mistakes, she hurts people and doesn't care.
Pay attention to how she treats people who can't benefit her.
The waiter at the restaurant, the cashier at the store, the Uber driver. If she's rude, dismissive, or arrogant to those people, believe her. Eventually, she'll treat you the same way when she no longer needs you. A wise woman respects everyone, regardless of status. But a stupid woman lives in ego mode. She thinks she's better than others, yet constantly demands special treatment. And it gets worse. She uses disrespect as a weapon, interrupts you when you speak, laughs at your opinions, makes jokes that are actually insults, talks badly about you behind your back. Brother, here's the truth. Respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship. Without it, love cannot survive. The Stoics believe that character reveals itself in small actions. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. A Marcus Aurelius. If her thoughts are rooted in entitlement, selfishness, and ego, her actions will always reflect disrespect, no matter how sweet her words sound. Remember this, a woman who disrespects you doesn't love you. She loves the power she has over you, and once you tolerate it, the cycle never ends. Chapter 5. Emotional manipulation and playing the victim. Finally, the most toxic sign of all. She plays the victim, always. Nothing is ever her fault. Her failed relationships, her toxic friendships, her impulsive mistakes. Somehow, she's always the innocent one, and everyone else is crazy, jealous, or toxic. This is emotional manipulation at its finest. She uses guilt, tears, and anger to make you feel responsible for her emotions. She turns every disagreement into a story, where you're the villain, and she's the helpless victim. This creates a dangerous dynamic. You start apologizing for things you didn't do. You sacrifice your boundaries to keep the peace. You feel guilty for saying no, even when you're right. And here's the deeper problem. When someone constantly plays the victim, they never grow. They don't learn from mistakes. They don't take accountability. And they don't respect the consequences of their actions. From a Stoic lens, Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." But a stupid woman refuses to take control of her reactions. She controls others instead, through emotional games. The end result? You feel drained, confused, and constantly walking on eggshells, while she moves from one self-created crisis to another. Brother, listen carefully. You cannot fix someone who refuses to see their own role in their chaos. You can support a wise woman who wants to grow, but you can't save someone who's addicted to victimhood.